All good? Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's 10 a.m. We will call to order our Tuesday, April 5th Board of Commissioners meeting. If you would, please rise if you're able for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all very much. At this time, we will accept public comment for items not appearing on our agenda. Is there any public comment at this time? Okay, we are seeing none. We will accept public comment as each item is also under consideration. We will look for a motion to approve our minutes from Tuesday, March 29th.
Motion to approve the minutes from March 29th.
I'll second that.
Okay, they've been moved and seconded. All those in favor of approving the minutes do so by saying aye. Aye. The motion is carried. Okay. At this time, for Proclamation number 7, we're going to welcome up Ann Ard, Dawn McKee, and also Bernie Cantorna. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We talked about switching the order, and I'm sorry.
You did.
We're going. I know. I did. Right.
I'm going to go first.
I'm going to go first. I'm so sorry.
Everybody,
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
I'll be quick.
I'm so sorry. Yes,
No
please.
problem at all.
We're going to turn it over to Margaret Gray to talk about Employee Recognition Month here in Center County.
All right,
Thank
thanks
you,
very
Margaret.
much.
Thank you.
Today we recognize the beginning of National County Government Month. It's an annual celebration of county government designated by the National Association of Counties, NACO. This designation is intended to provide an opportunity for counties across the country to highlight programs and to raise public awareness about the variety of services provided to citizens by counties. Like many counties, the services and programs of Center County are numerous, and frequently we are reminded that not everyone is aware of the role of county government and the ways in which we serve our county residents. Right?
Be surprised, Steve.
In fact, it is probably safe to say that Center County government touches the lives of just about every resident of our county in one way or another. Through voter registration, election day voting at one of our 85 polling locations, the 911 call center, emergency services, securing a marriage certificate, assessing property, preparation of land development plans and promotion of ag land preservation, helping first-time homebuyers, filling a gas tank at any gas pump across the county certified by our weights and measures staff, to the many human services offerings, including services for our veterans, children and youth, people in need of mental health services, programs for individuals with intellectual disabilities, operation of our senior centers, and delivery of Meals on Wheels. All of these and more make up the fabric of the service delivery system we provide. Center County government expands this national celebration to also recognize our employees. The Board of Commissioners designates April as Center County Employee Appreciation Month to acknowledge the excellent work of our employees exhibited daily across all of our county departments. The services I described above would not be possible without the dedicated county staff who make it all happen. Today, there are approximately 550 county employees of Center County government, and our proclamation this morning acknowledges their hard work, dedication, and commitment to Center County and the citizens we serve. Turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you, Margaret. We have the best employees here in Pennsylvania that work in Center County government. We're so pleased that we have the opportunity to see the great things that they do for our citizens, and at the end of the day, it's the good work that they do that makes all this possible. And so Margaret gave a fantastic overview of the many ways that we see interaction from county government, and it's really an important time to pause during this month and really recognize all the work that's been done for so many years here in Center County. We're excited to adopt this proclamation. I'll turn it over to my colleagues for further comments.
As Margaret mentioned, the county has actually 53 different departments. We provide a broad variety of services. We're sort of in the background, though, because county staff are great people and they do their jobs and they care for local citizens. We're not really noticed all that often. But if you were to call 911 and no one would answer, you'd notice that. If you're a senior citizen who doesn't have transportation and you're not able to get to your doctor's appointments, go to the library, or purchase groceries, especially if you're outside of the center region, you're going to notice that county transportation isn't running at that time. There are so many other services, the court system, which we share with the judges, is all throughout the county, multiple magisterial district judge locations, and everybody shows up to work. We've got a lot of 24/7, 365 shops within Center County government. Everybody does their best, gets the job done, and serves the citizens of Center County, and the commissioners very much appreciate that. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to all our employees and all the folks that make it happen, you know, in and outside of county government. We not only have great county government employees, but we do partner with so many agencies across the county. And whether it's conservation, whether it's the administration of justice, whether it's human services, I mean, pick one, and you know, we're somehow, you know, umbilically attached to it, and it's a big part of what we do. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the folks that really make it happen. In the finance department, we have Jason Moser, our controller, here with us, and Margaret Gray, and we have our new CFO with us. So we want to give a shout out to the folks that make they keep the lubrication on the gears that make the county turn. So it's everybody working together, and that's really what this is all about. And you know, it's so difficult to say enough good things about the folks that you work with when they do a great job. And this is our opportunity to thank you all. So.
Thank you. We will look at this time to adopt Proclamation number 7 of 2022.
An enthusiastic motion to adopt Proclamation number 7 of 2022, proclaiming April as National County Government and Center County Employee Appreciation Month in Center County.
I will second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion on this? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 The motion has carried. Okay, all right. Can we present this to you, Margaret, on behalf of all of our employees? We'd love to welcome you up. Okay, we'd love to welcome you up.
This might be the last time we can
I know.
gush on you
Yeah,
for
why not? Yeah.
employee
Yeah.
appreciation.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll sign that out of the way. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the wonderful presentation as well, as always. Okay? As always, yeah, sure. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Over, okay.
Okay, is the proclamation straight?
Is it straight? Yes. Is it
How we
straight?
look
See if we can see Bellefonte on the map.
Thanks, Marty. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. Okay, now it is time. Yes. Okay, we're going to welcome up Ann Ard, Dawn McKee, and our District Attorney Bernie Cantorna to discuss and talk about the proclamation in front of us, and this is to recognize Sexual Assault Awareness Month in Center County. We have some events coming up. We want to highlight those and talk about the important work that's being done.
Good morning.
Good morning to you all. Good morning.
And just want to also say thank you to all the employees of Center County for their support and the collaboration that continues to go on with the events that are going to be happening today for April, and for your support, ongoing support that you've shown to help raise awareness about these issues. It's really greatly appreciated. As you know, April is both Sexual Assault Awareness Month and Child Abuse Prevention Month. And the theme for Center County is Cultivating a Community of Care. You've probably noticed some seed packets. If you want to take those with you and plant them in honor of someone who you might know has experienced either child abuse or sexual assault or violence in their family. For the people in the audience, there's more up here. Please take them with you. Because what we want to do is really let people in our community know that we care. And there are agencies out there that are willing and available to help support them. Probably about 3 years ago, representatives from Center Safe, Youth Service Bureau, Children and Youth Services, the YMCA of Center County, and the Children's Advocacy Center at Mount Nittany Health got together to work on raising awareness in April for Child Abuse and Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And then COVID hit. So we got really pretty creative, and we decided that we weren't going to stop. Just because the month of April was over, we're going to continue to meet. And we've been meeting for 3 years now, probably once or twice a month, to just continue this mission. We call ourselves the better together collaboration, because it is, just like you were just talking about, county employees, you're better when you're working together. So we want people in Center County to know we're here for them. There's agencies that are available, there's support for them, that if you're experiencing any of this, that you are not alone. Just to talk a little bit about today's event, it's not snowing, so we're going to be having it outside at the courthouse lawn at noon. And we have representatives from all those organizations that are going to be talking to the community about their services, about what's available. Our keynote speaker is Reverend Jess Cast from the Faith United Church of Christ in State College, and she's going to also be talking about communities coming together. We do have music there. Jay Zimmerman, who used to be the director of the Bellefonte high school band, is going to be playing some uplifting music. So we hope that you all will come out. Seeds will be there. We also have a collaborative seed packet that represents all the organizations that we talk to. But the bottom line is we do work better together, and we want people in our community know that we do care. We do care. So I'll just turn it over to Ann and Bernie if there's anything else you want to add.
It's so appropriate, I think, that today that we started with recognizing Center County government employees. So I didn't mind sitting back down. That was fine. That was fine. Because I think literally we couldn't do this work without the support of the county. We work with the county in so many different ways, from everything from our housing to the regular proclamations, to the relationship that we have with the 911 center, to the representation that we have on the Center County Domestic and Sexual Violence Task Force. Dawn is absolutely right. This kind of work takes a community to do. Nobody can do. CenterSafe can't do this work alone. We've been around for 40 years, and I think we do really good work providing for survivors of sexual and domestic violence. But we can't, the other part of our mission is the elimination of violence. And not only can we not provide for the needs of survivors on our own, we can't eliminate violence without the support of the community. I think it's important for folks to know that, particularly in Sexual Assault Awareness Month, that last year CenterSafe served nearly 500 survivors of sexual assault. That's an astounding number. That number includes nearly 100 children. 350 of those who were served were female, 92 of them were men, and 7 identified as transgender individuals. So that really reinforces for me the reality that sexual violence cuts across all gender identities, all ages, all races, all socioeconomic statuses. And I think the folks in Center County understand that. And that's why we count on and appreciate, more than I can tell you, the support of the county as we work to honor survivors during Sexual Assault Awareness Month and Child Abuse Prevention Month, because we know it's not just about a proclamation. It is about that. We love the proclamation. But it's also about the commitment to do this work and to be engaged with us as we work to empower survivors and eliminate violence. So thank you.
Thanks, and I'll echo that and really thank Dawn and Ann for a lifetime of support and dedication to this cause and that community. And it really is important that members in our community know that there is a support network there waiting to hear and listen to their stories. You can come forward in confidence, you'll be believed, you'll be heard, you'll be supported, and you'll be treated with respect. And it's really important that we raise that awareness so that folks know that they can come forward and that they can meet and hear these folks, these professionals that really are standing by to help and support them through what is a terrible journey that takes great courage to come forward. And so the most important thing is that you take that courageous step and you seek help from someone you trust. And these folks, you can trust them. So again, thank you for the proclamation and giving this the needed space that it deserves.
Thank you all so much. We will continue as a Board of Commissioners and a county government to be a place where we can cultivate a community that does care, believes, listens, and then takes action, and continues to take action. So thank you for your presence here today. We really look forward to the impactful event in just a few hours and look forward to joining you there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Thank you for all of your hard work for the last 40 years, probably the hundreds of volunteers that have worked with your organization during that time frame. The county is very appreciative of your efforts, and we're happy to continue to collaborate with you.
I think most importantly, and I'm so glad that Bernie's sitting with you folks, because for as long as I've been here, there's been a STOP grant, which is to stop violence against women. And the district attorney's office has always been a integral part of the discussion about how to take care of some of the issues that really no other system is designed to take care of. And I can't tell you, I think, Dawn, I think you've been here for as long as I have, I would guess, if not, maybe as, well, I can't.
She started when she was 5.
Well, I can't remember a time when you weren't here. I'll put it that way, coming in and advocating for all sorts of good programs. So I just want to say thank you, because I think, Ann, you hit it on the head. This isn't a gender issue. This isn't a socioeconomic issue. This could be anyone impacted at any time. And I think most of us know somebody who's been impacted by that. And it is probably one of the most horrendous ordeals and trauma that an individual can endure. And to have those services, and to have not only the folks within our county organization, but all those service agencies that we rely on as yourselves to make our county a better place. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. So I appreciate all your hard efforts.
All right, we will now look at this time to make a motion to adopt the proclamation.
Sure. Motion to adopt Proclamation number 8 of 2022, proclaiming April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month in Center County.
I will second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay.
Thank you.
So we can hold on to this and then we'll see it at noon.
Yeah,
Is that
Okay,
okay?
Yeah,
then you
that's
can
fine.
read it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll present it this time, and we hope the weather holds out, okay?
It will.
It will.
Sunny
It
out.
will, okay. It has to,
We're
it
clear.
has
It's
to,
fine.
okay. Thank you all very much.
We already have that scheduled.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for your support.
Thank you as always.
Is it okay if I leave these here?
Please, yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we are going to head into our contract section. At this time, we're going to welcome up our controller, Jason Moser. We're going to be talking about a contract with Plant Moran.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for having me today. I am here to present for a contract for Plant Moran to serve as the Enterprise Resource Planning Software Consultant, ERP software, for the county's ERP project. This is a project that will span about 15 to 18 months. And the role that Plant Moran will serve in this process is to do a needs assessment for the county, not just where we're at today, but where we want to be in the future. And then begin work on drafting the RFP for the software, also help with demos, setting up the demos for all the staff to see, and then finally on the contract signing and selection with whoever the successful software vendor is. They have over 35 plus years of experience in this consulting realm. They have a 35 plus member team that works specifically on consulting on these types of projects. They have worked with municipalities as small towns to cities like Miami, Florida. We would be the first county in Pennsylvania that Plant Moran has worked with, but they have worked with the Borough of State College as well. And again, they are an independent from any software vendor, so they would act as an advocate for the county during this process to make sure everything was going accordingly to our plan. And just as a quick background, ERP software is basically the heart of the county's financial, HR, and payroll systems, as well as other features. It can house contracts. It can also manage bid processes in the future as well. So it really is an overarching software that impacts every single department at the county.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Controller, we had a great presentation at the Finance Committee last week from them. It was very in-depth, answered a lot of our questions. We had a lot of the stakeholders in the room that are going to be tasked with getting this done from our side of things, and it's really, as we recognize, essential that we have an additional entity that's going to be helping us out with this, because not only are we going to be doing a new software, we're also going to be having to maintain the current one as well. And so those two tracks are going to really need to have an additional individual and individuals in the mix. So we appreciate this. And we should note that this was put out for an RFP, and we did receive Plant Moran back. There wasn't anybody else who had sent it back. So we do want to recognize that there was a transparent process from that aspect. But I think we're looking forward to moving this forward. So thank you. Thanks for your comments. Any questions or comments?
I used to be in that field, so to expand on it a little bit, ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, and as Jason said, it covers almost every aspect of county government, from finance to human resources to bid processes, et cetera. I think we've been with the current software vendor for a couple of decades, but we've reached the end of the line with them. There's no path forward. So this is an incredibly important long-term decision for the county, and it's a great idea that we're going to be working with a pretty large accounting firm that has a lot of expertise in this field. I think they do work with counties in other states.
Correct, yep, they do.
So, yeah, I think it's a great idea.
All right. Any other comments?
Nope, it's all good.
Okay. Look for a motion to add the contract with Plant Moran to next week's consent agenda.
Motion to add the contract with Plant Moran PLLC to next week's consent agenda.
Second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. The motion is carried. Okay, thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. All right, we will welcome our sheriff up at this time, and we're going to be talking about an addendum to our contract with Teleosoft. We know that we've been discussing, and Chad, Joyce as well. Apologies, yeah, and Chad as well. We've been, absolutely, yeah, you can only take
I had
it.
some technical questions for you, Sheriff.
Maybe got through a little, blindly get through this.
Yeah, but we've been talking about this recently with the Prothonotary upgrades, and so we want to take action as well with the sheriffs as well. So working really closely with Teleosoft in a number of different departments, but we'll turn it over to you, Sheriff.
Well, this is a good company. Telesoft's been our county suite system for over 10 years now, so we've had a really good relationship with them. They come out with a new product called Records Management System. It keeps our records organized. It keeps initial incidents and reports organized in an entry system for dates, times, locations, and narrative of the incident. All this information will be put in the system will interact with other county suites. So we'll combine them. If we have stuff in for one civil action, we have some criminal action, we'll combine everything in together. Since we already use that system, it will track narratives, and so when you're writing a report, we'll keep track of your narratives, and each time you enter the system, add some update to it as well. It also interacts with the Unified Crime Reporting System, which is a big deal as well. So at some point down the road, it may interact with 911. At this point, it does not, which is wasn't a deal breaker for us, is because we wanted to have something that was ours anyhow. And so, but we don't answer a lot of calls, so it's going to be beneficial to us. So, if you have anything to add, Chad, I think I did my best, but you can guide the rest of the way. So.
You did great. So just piggyback what the sheriff said. So this new addendum will integrate with his version of Teleosoft. It will also integrate with the Prothonataries once they're up and running in 9 to 12 months, whenever that goes live. They will also have shared infrastructure as well. So all the Teleosoft County Suite platforms that we have will all be hosted here, and all share the same infrastructure. So it'll be a nice integration for both offices once everything's up and running. And
we're getting on the ground floor of this too, this RMS system. This is a new product for them. I think there's only 7 counties in the state going to it so far. It's Berks County, Butler County, Union County, I think Lancaster County. There's a couple other ones who are starting this, because this is not something the sheriff's offices generally do, but it's a new product, and it's the way of the future for the sheriff's office. So I'm happy to be one of the ones in the door. So initial cost is around $38,000. That's for the initial cost. And that'll be prorated to when it comes live on our end. So, and then I believe it's about $5,800 a
Maintenance
year,
cost yearly.
cost yearly. So not
terribly cheap, expensive, but it's going to benefit our office greatly, so.
During the budget process, Sheriff, you had talked about this and described the need, did a lot of research and discussion, so we appreciate that work that's been done that's really culminated with the contract addendum today, but we appreciate, again, yeah.
Working with the IT and Chad,
Yep.
make sure
Yep.
it's mesh when we get the system here, so it's been a good
Great.
collaboration.
Okay, fantastic. Any other thoughts or questions?
Happy to support it.
Okay.
Thanks, Brian and Chad, for working together on this, and also, sounds like we can integrate with the pathonetary, which would hopefully save key entry errors and time.
I
And
think
be
it
more
was,
accurate.
it will save time and interaction, so.
That's good. Okay. All right, we'll look for a motion in a second for next week's consent agenda.
Motion to add the contract with Teleosoft Inc. to next week's consent agenda.
I will second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay, thank you both very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we're going to welcome up Ann Mesner at this time, and we're going to be talking about an award to the EADS group for a bridge bundle. Good morning, Ann.
Good morning. I just wanted to give some background information before I put forward the request. So as you know, we have 5 bridges that will be rehabbed or 2 will be replaced of those 5. And as part of that process, we need to have construction inspector services through the length of the project. And we've been working with PennDOT. We distributed 6 mailings to 6 firms that have bridge inspectors that are qualified in the state. 5 firms responded. And then we had, and they all responded on time, March 1st at 2 o'clock. And we then had a review committee that consisted of 2 PennDOT representatives and 2 Center County planning reps, myself and Ray. And from there, we ranked each of the proposals and then provided our weighted scores based on established selection criteria. And Eads group was the one that became the number 1 ranked. It was really close in terms of ranking, and I was really glad we had selection criteria for that reason. But they did provide the clearest proposal, and so today, requesting approval to award Eads Group as the selected firm for construction inspection services for the Center County Bridge Bundle MTF projects.
Okay, thank you, Ann, for the context and the history on this and the process. Any comments before we look for a motion to approve?
Just glad to see the bridge bundle moving forward so we can get those bridges back up to standard.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. We'll look at this time for a motion.
Motion to approve the EADS group as the selected firm for construction inspection services for the Center County Bridge Bundle MTF project.
I will second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion, questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Okay, thank you so much, Ann.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll welcome up Ray Stalinas at this time, and looking at our draft MOU with EMS services out in Moshannon Valley.
Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
and also a guest as well. I apologize. Yeah,
That will be
please
for the next item.
Oh, okay, sure.
Barb is here for that.
Oh, Barb is here for that. Okay.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
Okay.
Today, we have a draft memorandum of understanding between Center County and Moshannon Valley EMS for a new emergency service and training facility up in Rush Township, 9,900 square feet for that use. And the memorandum is for Center County to be the administrator of the Appalachian Regional Commission grant, which is in the amount of $300,000. Total project cost is over $2 million. So this is just one part of it. The reason why our office would be involved with the ARC grant is because the requirements for ARC are very similar to Community Development Block Grant regarding environmental review and contracting and so forth. So we're asking to enter into this MOU to administer the grant for Moshannon Valley EMS.
Okay, thank you, Ray. And in terms of any administration dollars for this, is there any that are available for?
There are, in talking with Betsy Lockwood at CEDACOG, we'll have to figure that portion of it out. But since we partner with CEDACOG on CDBG, they will be an important partner with regards to ARC.
We're happy to help, and I just was curious about that because we've talked about the potential for, as we get further grants, to look at some administrative dollars to offset the work that's done by you and our other collaborators. So, but this sounds like a great project. Really excited about this. That we can help in really any way, the EMS community out in the Shannon Valley. So, yeah, absolutely. Any other comments, questions?
Definitely like to give some context to this. Want to thank Ray and his staff. This was on very short notice. For over a decade, the county received no grants from the Appalachian Regional Commission, which receives about $1 billion a year of funding from the federal government. But this, should we receive it, would be our third ARC grant over the last 3 years. One was to the Rivet on North Atherton to expand their services. Another one, which we'll be giving more details soon, but it's for a broadband project up in the mountaintop. This would be the third one. We'd like to thank Stan and his staff at the Meshan Valley Economic Development Partnership for doing a lot of the work on this grant. We really appreciate that. As Ray mentioned, CEDACOG's also been involved because this is federal funding. Also wanted to briefly thank Congressman G.T. Thompson's office for their letter of support on the prior grant request, and hopefully another letter on this one, because those do weigh heavily in Washington. And it's just another example of Phillipsburg moving forward and making progress because of everyone's hard work. Obviously, the Shannon Valley EMS is very important to that region. And we know that a lot of the ambulance services are under financial stress at this time. So thanks again, Ray, for agreeing to handle the extra work and on very short notice. Thank you.
Well, to say that it's almost understating when you say that the EMS are under duress. It is one of the true crises in our communities right now, because much as we were talking about earlier, if nobody answers a 911 call, well, if they don't have anybody to dispatch, it's more tragic, because they're the folks that actually are the ones with the skill set to make things right. And this is just an opportunity for us to help them, help the entire EMS service, because I think it rings true that these opportunities will exist in the future, and we would want to support them as well. But this is the start of hopefully a long chain of opportunities for us to help the EMS services here in Center County. So thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you. This time we will look for a motion.
Motion to approve the memorandum of understanding with the Meshan Valley Emergency Medical Services.
Second. Okay, been moved and seconded. Any final questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion has carried. Okay, thank you so much, Ray. And so, yes, we're really pleased to have you here today, Barb Schroeder from Wildlife for Everyone. And so we'll turn it over to Ray, and we'd love to hear a little bit about what's going on with wildlife, not just on this project, but what's kind of sort of happening, with your organization in general. So.
We have a continued partnership between Center County Planning and Center County Government and Wildlife for Everyone. A few weeks ago, we presented a letter of support for the Wildlife for Everyone Soaring Eagle Wetland Project. This is part of it. The PA Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, with this Phase 2 application, is requesting the Commissioner's conditional approval of an extension of our existing lease with the property for Wildlife for Everyone for another 3 years upon approval of this Phase 2 grant application. So we're asking for that consideration, and if Barb has any additional information, I think she has 99% of the application complete and uploaded, and this is the last part of it.
Yeah, the DCNR, in order for the project to be considered a ready-to-go project, has a checklist, and this license, this lease agreement is really the only outstanding one. And instead of having the 3-year extension, they will accept a letter from the commissioners saying just what Ray said. Upon granting of the funds, you will consider extending the lease agreement 3 years. So the grant is due tomorrow, so there's a little urgency with this.
Sure, absolutely.
So we appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. We will have a signature by the end of the day. No
Thank you
worries.
very much.
Yeah, if not, in the next few hours. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you for being here, Barbara. Any other updates you wanted to give about Wildlife for Everyone? Or?
Not really, just that we are really, our focus is really on this accessibility of the Soaring Eagle wetland. We have two accessible wetlands in Center County, Dry Bulbous Birding Area, which was completed a year ago. It's receiving a lot of foot traffic. It's It's noted by Audubon as having a very important bird area because it's on the, the ridgeway, Bald Eagle Ridge. Birds drop down during migration. It's really a hot spot for birders. So it's accessible, has accessibility elements, and we want to do the same thing in Soaring Eagle Wetland. So we have one grant in the bag with DCNR for that, and this is the second one for phase 2.
Fantastic. Okay, great. All right, well,
Thank
best
you.
of luck. We will make sure it's a 100% complete grant application, again, by the end of the day.
Thank you very much.
We'll get that to you. We'll look for a motion now to approve the letter of conditional approval.
Motion to approve the letter of conditional approval.
I will second that.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion or questions? Okay. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. The motion is carried. All right, thank you both very much.
you.
Appreciate it. Okay, we'll welcome up Natalie at this time, and we're going to be talking about a draft MOU. Good morning, Natalie.
Morning. So first, as a longer-term county employee, thank you for that proclamation. And to the human services staff that specifically had mention in it, we appreciate the opportunity to have that employee recognition for them. So thank you for that. So I have before the board a MOU with Keystone Pride Resource Institute and our county. This is specific to a cultural competency training for LGBTQIA plus individuals and their families that will be offered to our MHID, early intervention and drug and alcohol staff. So this is an enhanced training that we are bringing to our community through Keystone Pride Resource, and it's $1,000 for their one-day training for us to receive it, and then also have the ability to further enhance, whether it's paperwork that we do, whether it's language that we incorporate, and just an overall sense of understanding for a population that we serve.
Thank you, Natalie. I think this will be extraordinarily helpful to staff, and again, just broadening awareness of broadening this. Fantastic.
Sure.
Any other questions or comments before we look for a motion? Okay. All right. We'll look for a motion.
Motion to add the memorandum of understanding with Keystone Pride Resource Institute to next week's consent agenda.
I will second that.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Any final questions or comments? Okay. Seeing and hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. The motion is carried. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Natalie. Thank you. For today's consent agenda, we will look for a motion to approve it.
Motion to approve this week's consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. The motion is carried. All right, for our check run, we'll turn it to Commissioner Higgins.
Sure. Substantially smaller than average check run of $656,345.96. As I went through the list of checks this week, I had to get to pretty much the end of the alphabet, but one popped off the page. We have a check for $8,905.20 to an organization called U.S. Flag Maker. And it's a purchase for our Veterans Affairs Department in preparation for Veterans Day, to make sure that we have enough of those stands.
Memorial Day.
For Memorial Day, too. That we have enough of those stands for the flags at all of the, I think it's 80 or 90 different cemeteries in Center County where veterans are interred. And it's thousands and thousands of graves. So things wear out, things get misplaced.
And that's done by all the cemetery associations throughout the county
Yes.
that make sure that those graves are recognized. It's a
Yes.
big effort.
Yes, and so we very much appreciate that. We just wanted to bring forward yet another county department, our Veterans Affairs Department. In the opinion of the commissioners, it's one of the best in the state. So would like to now make the motion to approve the check run dated April 1st.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on the check run? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion is carried. Okay, thank you, Commissioner. We're going to welcome Ray back up, I believe, for this next contract, and we also have Jim here as well. I don't know, Jim, are you going to tackle the second letter of support, or Ray, you doing both?
I think that I can do the second one.
The second one, okay, fantastic. So we received a request to put a letter of support through for the Nittany, for the Rec Authority's application, and we just wanted to confirm that it's not congruent, but it's what it's.
It's consistent with the
Consistent,
county
yes.
comprehensive plan. I provided some language to add to the letter that Natalie provided with regards to the Nittany Valley Joint Recreation Authority grant. Again, this is another community C2P2 grant through DCNR, which is, again, the deadline is tomorrow. for their pool, and we provided that, the local parks and recreation facilities are so important to residents within Center County and within the Nittany Valley. So we wanted to address those issues through the letter to show consistency with Comprehensive Plan Phase 2 and show that support.
Thank you, Ray. We'll look for a motion to approve the letter of support.
Motion to, and this is for Kepler Pool, right? Good. Motion to approve the letter of support of the Nittany Valley Joint Recreation Authority's application to the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for the rebuilding of Kepler Pool.
I will second that, and I have a comment.
Please, absolutely.
Well, first of all, I don't know that a lot of people realize that the Kepler pool was constructed about 1970, and it's been a staple of the Bellefonte community for 50-some years, and it really does need a lot of work. It's the standard that it was built to, and the standards that are prevalent today are, a galaxy apart. So they really do need all the help, and this is one part of it, but it's really going to take a community effort to bring the project to fruition. And it's going to need the support of local government. It's going to need the support of citizens and folks that are interested in the recreation of our kids, because it is really the only pool available in, a multi-township borough area, and it's an incredibly important project, and I would hope that the community gets behind it in so many different ways. So,
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you, Commissioner. Okay. Any other comments or questions? Yeah, please, Ray. Yeah.
How much funding in this application? Is there a specific amount of funding?
We would not be offering any funding. We would just be saying that we're supporting it. It's consistent with the comprehensive plan, but no money from our side. I'm not sure what their application is for. I don't know if that's it's certainly hundreds of thousands. I know from when they reached out to us, it's quite sizable. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, please. Yeah, Cindy, please.
If I may comment,
Yeah.
do you want me up there?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, please. Yeah, just so we can get you on CNET. Thank you very much. And if you would be willing to introduce yourself, we'd love to. Thank you.
My name's Cindy Coons. I'm speaking as a community member from Walker Township.
Oh, okay, sure.
So I'm one of the members of the Nittany Valley Joint Rec Authority.
Oh, okay.
Each participating municipality has 2 representatives. So the authority is made up of Bellefonte Borough, Spring Township, Benner Township, and Walker Township. And so we have been successful previously in receiving a DCNR grant pre-COVID. We had all our municipal support in line, and the total amount of that grant was in the neighborhood of $667,000. COVID hit, prices increased, various other transactions occurred, and so by the time we got the bids out, the bid request out and the bids back in, the bids were coming in at $1.8 million, $2 million, really significantly more than what we had. And so we have rallied again and applied for a second set of funding through DCNR, and we're very, very hopeful that that will come to fruition. We're also trying to identify some other funding sources and applying in other methods as well, as I think you might be aware. So I just want to say thank you for your letter of support. Greatly appreciate it, and let's keep our fingers crossed.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Cindy. Thank you. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. We'll look for a vote at this time on the letter. All those in favor of supporting the letter, do so by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion is carried. Okay. All right. And for the last letter of support, we'll welcome Jim up as well.
Good morning.
Hi, Jim.
We are asking the commissioners to provide a letter of support to the Chesapeake Conservancy. Chesapeake Conservancy is one of our partners in implementing our countywide action plan as part of our WIP program. And they are in the process of applying for grant money through the Natural Resources Conservation Service, which will bring additional money into the county to implement projects on impaired farms to help improve water quality. As you're aware, the Conservation District is actively implementing projects like this, and this will leverage additional dollars into the county.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Jim. Ray, anything to offer as well?
Just one item. Aaron Latavic, who's our CAP coordinator, requested this because with the use of our CAP funds, and I believe Jim has available CGE funds, that's going to leverage this funding from the NRCS to Chesapeake Conservancy to help with these impaired streams throughout our county. So the CAP is integral to making this happen, and I believe it's over a 5-year period.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Excellent. Any other comments?
So it sounds like in addition to helping improve stream quality, it also helps out our local farmers. Yes, so that's great.
All right, we'll look for a motion to approve this letter as well.
Motion to approve the letter of support for the Natural Resources Conservation Services Regional Conservation Partnership Program to implement a strategy to rapidly restore agriculturally impaired streams in Center County.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you. We'll go to Commissioner Dershowitz for a voter registration report.
Yes, as of this morning, there are 105,025 registered voters in Center County. That's down 24 from my last report. And the highlight reel includes 43,984 Democratic registrants, 147 Green Party, 660 Libertarian, 14,145 no affiliation, and 42,259 Republicans. And when you add the 3,830 all other parties, you get the total of 105,025. The highlight party of the day is the Adarian Party in Center County, and that's the beginning of the alphabet. And the Adarians have one registered voter, so we'd like to recognize the one Adarian Party member here in Center County. The feature precinct of this morning will be the Howard Township. Precinct number, I think it's 58, yes, number 58, I didn't write that down. Precinct 58. And in the last election, there were a total of 485 registered voters, a turnout of 194 of them, and which leads to a percentage turnout of exactly 40%. Now, I don't know if we could probably do that again, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll be even higher. So, and the folks that make it happen in Precinct 58 is the Judge of Elections is Lois Bryan, the Minority Inspector Sharon Brower, the Majority Inspector is Connie Beck, and the clerks are Linda Etters and Nancy Penland. And again, I want to thank the Howard Township supervisors and all the folks down there because they do vote at the Township building, and I want to thank them for their help, and we'll see you very soon.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. We do want to remind folks that next Friday, the 15th, we will be closed. Our offices will be closed on that day. Do we have any executive sessions to report, Margaret?
No executive sessions to report. However, the Board of Commissioners does need to meet in executive session before adjournment to discuss a personnel matter.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, all right. We have the balance of our meeting schedule for the next few weeks there. Any questions, Gary or Haley, before we?
Steve, do you know if the same volume of mail-in applications is coming in now, or has it dropped off? Is there any indication yet?
I think we were talking about this last week. I think it's significantly down. However, you know, we really are just at the beginning of that process, so we'll see where it all goes. But what do you know, Michael? What the
It's down. 8,000? Yeah, it's down a bit. I think it's 8,000 total, which we were at about 9,000 in the primary last year. So for a municipal election, we're about 1,000 behind that. So yeah, it's certainly decreased. Yeah.
We're about, 5-6 weeks out from election. In terms of county preparations, is anything else changing or been compressed to make the deadline at all?
I think so.
Or is the county, when do you start printing ballots?
As soon as we know who's going to be on them. We are right up against the wall on that one, and hopefully we'll have some final determination on that, and we'll be able to move forward.
And then finalized yet?
No.
Courts have until the 14th of April to finalize or to conclude all the challenges. So on the 15th, we're closed on the 15th. We'll be back at it that Monday to start printing ballots. Hopefully. I know.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Anything, Haley? Okay. We'll look now for a motion to go into executive session.
Motion to go into executive session at 10:48.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. We are in executive session. Thank you all very much. Have a great day.